Hey, math superstars. Have you ever been at a store, handed over some cash, and wondered, did I get the right change back? Or maybe you've tried to figure out if you have enough money to buy two things? Well, today we're going to crack the code on adding and subtracting decimals using real money, because math isn't just in textbooks, it's in your wallet every single day. Let's go. Before we start adding and subtracting, let's make sure we understand what decimals in money actually mean. That little dot, called the decimal point, separates the whole dollars on the left from the cents on the right. So when you see $3.75, that's three whole dollars and 75 cents, which is 75 out of 100 cents. It's literally a fraction of a dollar hiding inside a decimal. Pretty cool, right? Okay, here's the number one rule for adding and subtracting decimals. And I'm going to say it loudly because it's that important. Always line up your decimal points. Think of the decimal point as a fence post. Every digit has to stand in the right yard. Dollars with dollars, dimes with dimes, pennies with pennies. If one number doesn't have a cents digit, just pop in a zero as a placeholder. Then you add or subtract, just like whole numbers. Adding decimals is honestly just like adding whole numbers, with one extra step at the start. First, line up those decimal points in a column. Second, if any number is missing digits, fill them in with zeros so every column is complete. Third, add from right to left, just like always, carrying when you need to. And fourth, and don't forget this, bring that decimal point straight down into your answer. That's it. 4 steps to decimal addition mastery. Subtracting decimals works the same way. Line up the points, fill in zeros, and subtract right to left. But here's the tricky part. Sometimes you need to borrow. And yes, you can borrow across the decimal point. It works exactly the same as borrowing between any two digits. So if you're subtracting 150 from 5 due hours, you set it up in columns, borrow as needed, and that decimal point still drops straight down. Parents, this is a great one to practice together with your kids using real coins. Let's try our first example. Imagine you're at the school cafeteria. You grab a sandwich for $3.25 and a juice for $1.50. How much do you owe total? First, let's write both prices one above the other, lining up those decimal points perfectly. Our first number is $3.25, $3.25. Our second number is $1.50, $1.50. Now we add from right to left. The hundredths column, 5 plus 0 equals 5. The tenths column, 2 plus 5 equals 7. Drop the decimal point down. The ones column, 3 plus 1 equals 4. So 3.25 plus 1.50 equals 4.75. Boom, your lunch costs $4.75. Ready to level up? Now you're at a store buying 3 things: a notebook for $2.49, a pen for $0.99, and a snack for $1.75. What's your total? Write all 3 amounts stacked in a column, decimal points lined up. Start with the hundredths. 9 plus 9 plus 5 equals 23. Write the 3, carry the 2. The tenths, 4 plus 9 plus 7 is 20, plus the carried 2 makes 22. Write the 2, carry the 2. Drop the decimal point. The ones, 2 plus 0 plus 1 equals 3, plus the carried 2 makes 5. So the total is $5.23. That's adding 3 decimals at once, and you totally handled it. Now here's a classic real-life situation, making change. You buy a book that costs $6.48, and you hand the cashier a $10 bill. How much change do you get back? We need to subtract $10 minus $6.48. Set it up in columns, $10 on top, 6.48 below. Starting with the hundredths. 0 minus 8, we can't do that. We need to borrow from the tenths. But the tenths is also 0. So we borrow from the ones. The 0 in tenths becomes 10. We borrow from that to make the hundredths 10, giving us 10 minus 8 equals 2. The tenths. Now 9 minus 4 equals 5. Drop the decimal. The ones. 9 minus 6 equals 3. Thousands. 0. Wait, that's just ones, so tens. 1 minus 0 equals 1. Your change is $3.52. Always double check your change at the register. Here's a super practical example. You have $15 in your wallet. You want a hoodie for $8.99 and a pair of socks for $3.49. Do you have enough? First, let's add the two prices. $8.99 plus $3.49. Hundredths. 9 plus 9 equals 18. Write 8, carry 1. Tenths. 9 plus 4 equals 13, plus carried 1 is 14. Write 4, carry 1. Drop the decimal. Ones. 8 plus 3 equals 11. Plus carried 1 is 12. Write 2, carry 1. Tens, 1. Total cost is 12 minus 48. Now is $15 enough? 15 hour minus 12.48. Hundredths, 0 minus 8, borrow. 10 minus 8 is 2. Tenths, 9 minus 4 is 5. Drop decimal. Ones, 4 minus 2 is 2. Tens, 1 minus 1 is 0. You'd have 2.52 left over. Yes, you have enough, and some spending money to spare. Okay, final example. And this one is fun. You're at the state fair with 20 boyers. You spend $4.75 on a corn dog, $3.50 on lemonade, and $6.25 on ride tickets. How much money do you have left? First, add all three expenses together. Line them up: 475 plus 350 plus 625. Hundredths, 5 plus 0 plus 5 is 10. Write 0, carry 1. Tenths, 7 plus 5 plus 2 is 14. Plus carried 1 is 15. Write 5, carry 1. Drop the decimal. Ones, 4 plus 3 plus 6 is 13. Plus carried 1 is 14. Write 4, carry 1. Tens, 1. Total spent, 1450. Now subtract from 20 minus 1450. Hundredths, 0 minus 0 is 0. Tenths, 0 minus 5, borrow. 10 minus 5 is 5. Ones, 9 minus 4 is 5. Tens, 1 minus 1 is 0. You have $5.50 left for more fun. Math really does save the day at the fair. Let's talk about the most common goofs students make with decimal math, so you can totally avoid them. Number 1, forgetting to line up the decimal points. If your columns are off, your whole answer is wrong. Number 2, forgetting placeholder zeros. If one number ends in tenths and the other in hundredths, add a 0 so every column is full. Number 3, forgetting to carry or borrow. And number 4, always ask yourself, does this answer make reasonable sense? If you buy two things under $5 and get an answer of $50, something went wrong. Use common sense as your calculator check. Want a pro tip that cashiers and mental math champions use? Before doing the exact calculation, round each price to the nearest dollar and do a quick estimate. For example, $3.25 plus $1.75. Round to $3 plus $2 equals $5. So your exact answer should be close to $5. This tells you if your written answer is in the right ballpark. If your written answer is wildly different from your estimate, you know to go back and check. Estimation is your built-in error detector. Use it every time. Let's put the estimation trick to work. The problem, $7.89 plus $4.15. First, let's estimate by rounding. $7.89 rounds up to $8, and $4.15 rounds down to $4. 8 plus 4 is $12, so our answer should be close to $12. Now let's solve exactly. Set up the columns with decimal points aligned. Hundredths, 9 plus 5 is 14. Write 4, carry 1. Tenths, 8 plus 1 is 9, plus carried 1 is 10. Write 0, carry 1. Drop the decimal. Ones, 7 plus 4 is 11, plus carried 1 is 12. Write 2, carry 1. Tens, 1. Exact answer, 12 out of 4. Look how close that is to our estimate of $12. Our estimation trick worked perfectly. You are officially a decimal math pro. You did it. You are now officially a decimal money master. Let's recap what we learned today. 1. Always line up your decimal points. That fence post rule saves you every time. 2. Use placeholder zeros so every column is filled in. 3. Carry and borrow, just like with whole numbers, even across the decimal point. 4. Estimate first to catch any big mistakes. These skills will help you every time you shop, budget your allowance, or count your change. Math is literally everywhere, and now you're ready for it. Keep practicing, keep crushing it, and I'll see you in the next video.